I know you're a huge supporter of all the battle leagues. You constantly tweet. You've been down since we did like Conceited versus Arsonal. So I just want to say, first of all, thank you from the battle rap community.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you were a proactive part in us growing exponentially over like the last 4 or 5 years.
You guys have.
You know what I mean?
And thank you.
Yeah.
And that's to all the battle leagues out there.
So my first question really is, I mean, when you watch a battle, who's your favorite battle MC? Not saying who's the best, but who's your favorite to watch?
Whoever has the best bars.
Okay.
I have no horse in the race. Okay. Whoever performs the best and gives the best delivery, the best bars, best cadence, that's what I'm looking out for.
Alright. Now, do you think that a lot of mainstream rappers, do you think they scared to hop in the ring? Because people would say, like, there was a Meek Mill and Cassidy thing a while ago when they tried to do it on Summer Madness. And then there was talk about Meek Mill not wearing his border, and Cassidy didn't want to do it. Then people said, I think, was there supposed to be a battle where it was like Mr. Fab and you and Rhyme Fest and at SOBs, and then something happened with that. So we haven't really seen any other guys with mainstream exposure hop in the ring. Do you think it will happen? And if so, like,
I think it'll happen. I don't. It's not fear. Fear is the wrong word. But I mean, people have a lot to lose.
Okay.
And in hip hop, your credibility is everything. And it puts the artist with more exposure at a slight disadvantage because of said exposure. You know, you get in here and you're facing somebody who knows everything about you. They've seen everything about you. They have so much to say. They can speak on your failures. They can speak on anything, and you just battling an up-and-coming guy. So, but I think we will see it eventually. Meek has come from that. Cassidy, he comes from that. So you have guys that are well versed in battling. So I can't wait to see it.
Okay, and I mean, really speaking from your standpoint, is that something fans would ever see you hop in, or there's no amount of money, or there's no opponent that you would ever be willing to go?
I might do it.
Okay.
I might do it. Oh, I don't know.
All right. And another thing,
that's a possibility.
Okay. Another thing I want to ask you is the show you guys are doing. I know you can't speak about all the full details, but you know, what can you tell the battle community about what you've been working on?
I can tell you guys that all of us over at Shady are big fans of the culture and would like to do all that we can do to not only help it, but to transcend it, sort of, kind of take it around the corner, like over that hump. So we got a group of really hungry, competitive guys that have definitely put their work in. We got Math, we got Disaster, we got Verb, we got Big T, we got Cortez, we got Daylight. I mean, we got a bunch of guys that people that, if you're familiar with battle rap, you should know. And we just put them in a cage like a big Royal Rumble, man. So if you're a fan of battle rap, that should be really exciting, because it was exciting for me to watch.
Well, that kind of leads me to something else I want to ask you. I'm not trying to drag you into anything, but just a point I want to make is when you talk about, like, you know, some of the mainstream exposure guys not really getting into battle leagues, and you say like Disaster's on the show. I saw he was like tweeting something crazy with an ad in your name this morning, and I don't want to talk about it, but what I want to say is, like, do you think that's something that stops a lot of the guys, because they're like, look, I'm trying to help you, and you're over here tweeting crazy, and they're not used to like the WWF antics of really.
Well, what did he tweet?
Going on?
I missed it.
Said something. You said it's the worst look to have a side chick that knows too much, or something like that. Yeah, and he replied to it on some like holier than thou type shit. Something like that.
Listen, I respect everybody's individuality. People get on Twitter and there's no filter. So I mean, and sometimes you have people who are not so media trained. Sometimes you hit that send button and maybe you wish you could take it back at a later point. And I'm not saying that Disaster felt like this, because I'm still not familiar with the tweet. I don't know what he said. Yeah. Whatever he said is not going to bother me. I've met Disaster. He's alright guy with me. But I think, you know, battle rappers and mainstream artists alike go through that, where you get on Twitter and it'll be your publicist's worst nightmare, where you'll just get on there and start saying a bunch of shit that may offend somebody, may offend a certain demographic, may burn some bridges with some of your peers, some of the people that you may need or want to work with in the future. So I mean, I think that's something that everybody goes through on Twitter.
And really, you know,
see how that was a great that was like a great,
it was good,
professional music. See, that's the difference. That's the difference. But anyway.
And really, you're getting like the Loaded Lux and Hollow battle. You were there, right? Do you think that's a top 5 battle of all time?
Yeah.
What do you call it, 1?
No, I won't call it 1. Some of my favorite battles are Lux and Calico, JC versus Chilla, Verb versus Hitman, Big T versus Surf. Like, you know, if I stand there for long enough, I can give you a million battles that, you know, I really enjoyed. But that one, I don't know if it was because I was in the building or, you know, what, but they both just delivered the way that we expected them both to deliver. So, I mean, it was top 5 for me.
And one of the last questions I got for you is, how do you feel about Daylight? Because you got this whole bars over jokes thing. Everyone hates his antics, but he's so entertaining at the same time. Like, do you know, rank an MC like that highly where he does also have bars? Or like, what do you think about something like that?
Well, Daylight has bars. So I can never call him a gimmick MC, even though he does gimmicks. But if you got guys like Lux who will come in the ring dressed a certain way with, you know, the funeral thing he did with Calico. So I mean, sometimes showmanship is good. So, and that's tough to decipher. You know, everybody is not skilled enough to be able to differentiate showmanship and gimmick. But I personally won't call Daylight a gimmick MC because if you know bars, he has bars.
Alright, so that's it. Rap Grid. Special shout out to Joe Budden. Shout out to the whole Slaughterhouse. Thank you for supporting Battle Rap.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
My man Direct.
Wavy.
Wavy.